What we have here is the SaniServ Milkshake Machine. We have a straight control here that has a toggle switch. Down is to clean or sanitize. Middle is the off. Up is to freeze, auto. Okay? We have our mixed low light here. The machine will not run properly if the mixed low light is on for longer than 20 minutes. It will shut down. So make sure when this light comes on, you top up your liquid right away. As we have it disassembled here, we are going to lubricate it, all the parts. You have your O-ring here that goes around the top here. This part you do not lubricate, okay? You have your spigot. You take your petrol gel and go all the way around the O-rings. Then you would put your spigot through with the hole showing, because that's where your handle is going to go. So you have your handle that goes in like that, and you have your holes lining up like that for the pin. My hands are greasy, stomach. So we put the O-ring on the door. This O-ring we do not lubricate. We have put the spigot in and we've lubricated all around. So we just basically want to put it down on any surface and line up the pin with the holes. Okay? So that's your handle with the spigot. Now what we're going to do is you have your dasher. This is your rear seal. You're just going to put an application of lubrication on the back of the plastic part, and then that slides there. We do not lubricate the back part of the seal. We can add a little bit of lubrication to the shaft, and that is it. These flights, they come off, okay, for washing purposes. Then they just snap back on. Okay. Now here we have an agitator, which we lubricate the ends and the inside where it's going to rub on the inside of the dasher. We line this up with the hole in the dasher. And then we insert it into the opening. We do not want to fight the machine at this point. We're just going to turn it slowly and push. There, that's it, nice and flush. And we take our door, square part of the door, and the hole inside is going to fit on the inside here. Nice and snug. After we put everything together, we're going to take our lock nuts and we're going to tighten them at the same time so the door goes in nice and flush. We don't want to over tighten because you could break parts. So that is the assembly of the unit. Now before we make product, we're going to sanitize the machine. After putting it all together, we are going to sanitize the unit. If you look inside the hopper, we have our carburetor or your regulator. You have an O-ring on the bottom. You have a hole here. That's where the product goes through. So that goes like that. But we do not put that in first. We always put our product in first so it can flood the barrel, then we'll put it in. What we have over here is an agitator that constantly spins the product, so you do not have to mix. So what we're going to do is we're going to sanitize now. We're going to place that in there. We're going to get our sanitizing solution and pour it in. Then we'll just put the clean. We're going to let that run for about 5 minutes, and then we're going to dispense the sanitizer and discard it. So now we're going to dispense the sanitizer. Once we empty it all, we're going to discard it and turn the machine off. So now we are going to put the product in. We're going to leave our carburetor out. We've also put in our agitator in the corner. Make sure your spigot is closed. We're going to pour our product in. We are going to wait for it to stop bubbling. That way we'll know that the barrel is flooded, and then we'll insert the carburetor. So it has stopped bubbling. Now we've inserted the carburetor. What we want to do before we start up the machine, we want to empty out basically 3/4 of a cup and discard it, because we're pushing out the excess sanitizer from inside the cylinder. Now all we have to do is press auto, which is freeze, and we're good to go. This will take approximately anywhere between 8 and 10 minutes. So it took about 8 minutes for our machine to stop. So now the product is frozen, and we're going to dispense milkshake mix. As you can see, that should be the consistency for this. Okay, there we go.